Hi everybody, welcome back to Fox's Best Laid Plans, the planner channel that allegedly has 24 hours in each day, but they somehow seem to move faster than they're supposed to. Hi everybody, I'm back to planning. I know, it seems erratic, and maybe it is, just because, I don't know. See previous comment, RE, 24 hours, lasting approximately 6 hours. I don't know. So, here's how last week finished up. I ended up loving this kit. I thought this kit was so cute. I love orange. I don't know why orange is like one of my favorite colors, but I just love the way that this turned out and it just looks really pretty. So let's move on. Today we are planning, whoa, they're stuck together. Today we're planning the week of Monday, July 25th through Sunday, July 31st. You know what this means? This means that August is a Monday start, which is like in the planner world is like, I don't know, you just feel good about it. And I'm using a kit this week from Katka Create Plans. It's called the Harmony Kit. And I chose this kit because everything feels a little bit, and I thought Harmony sounds very nice. Harmony sounds like something that I need. Okay, wait, which direction does this go? So I got this Simply Gilded washi tape here. I guess the green is supposed to be on the bottom and the stars are supposed to be on the top, or is it supposed to be like this? I like it better like this. Okay. I believe Simply Gilded I usually call left-handed washi tape, which it's not like what it actually is, but where to use it going left to right you have to have it upside down, so it makes sense. I guess I could do, you know what, it's my planner and I can make it whatever I want. Isn't that why we plan? To make our lives whatever we want. That got deep. Oh my god, we got deep and we're only a couple minutes into this. So, hi everybody. Are you just tired all the time? How are you doing? How are you holding up? COVID cases are going back up in our county, and so we have now, we've now entered the medium transmission, which I don't love. Everybody who's getting it seems to be getting like super mild cases, which is good, but you know, it still prevents you from leaving your house for a while, even if it's mild. And that's not what I'm about right now, because it's summer and you want to maximize. Let me be stuck at home in December when I can, like, I don't know, do cozy things and watch Hallmark movies 24 hours a day. Jeez. Let's start together. So yeah, it's getting rough out there again. It looks like hello, really? So loud. Hospitalizations and death is still low, so that's good, but yeah, not a fan. So yeah, I don't know. I'm super nervous because my mom and I are going on vacation and I would like us to both remain healthy between now and when we leave. That would be ideal. So I'm just eating my little zinc tablets every day for my immune system. That's like my, I don't know, having worked in healthcare for so long, like before, this is pre-pandemic, if you would have somebody come in and they would be like sick or coughing or something, you would immediately be like, when they leave, let me have a zinc tablet, boost my immune system so that my body rejects whatever germs they brought into the store. I don't know, anybody else do these kinds of things? These numbers don't really fit on these boxes. Well, it's fine. So, yeah, I'm trying to, like, my goal, so, okay, I'm on my off rotation. Oh, let's start with the fact that it's Friday. Let's start with that fact. Oh, you know, you can't even see I should have done it the other way. Oh, well. The washi tape. Well, I'm going to try it. Oh, we're going to just mess this up. It's fine. Today is actually Friday, the 29th. And I know you're probably thinking, why didn't you start planning this at the beginning of the week, like when a planner is useful? And it's because I don't fucking know. We did have a really rough week at work for my work week. So sadly, my tech lost her mom to ovarian cancer. She had been battling it. She was diagnosed about the same time that my dad was diagnosed back in 2020. And it's been up and down, and they had finally just decided like to stop treatment because nothing was seeming to work, and the treatments were making her sicker than they should have. So, but then she ended up passing away faster than expected after that, sadly. So my tech took 2 weeks off to spend with her family. She already had 1 week of vacation we had scheduled for and planned for, and then she did take a second week off just to spend time with the family and the funeral and all that. And so it was very last minute, and subsequently we couldn't find coverage for all of her shifts. So I was by myself a lot over the past week that I wasn't supposed to be, which ended up being fine, but it was just like very, very exhausting. By the end of the day, it was like, whoa, I need to slow my adrenaline down, you know? So I'm trying this week on my off rotation to really just relax and get caught up on things and just take it kind of easy. But then I have other stuff going on. So like Wednesday, I had my annual eye appointment. Layla Grace had a small vet appointment. Then Layla Grace went swimming for the first time. Oh my God, it was so cute. And she did so well, and I'm so proud of her. And then yesterday I walked dogs, and I just was like, my anxiety was really bad yesterday. Yesterday was just a really anxious day for me. My friend just tested positive for COVID, and so she's very worried, and so I was like talking her through that stuff. This is my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing here that I would normally put my blood pressure on. I don't know if you can see it. I like that design though. So I was like helping her, then I was helping my other friend's son is eligible for his booster shots. We were trying to figure out where he could get that. Then my mom was dealing with some stuff, and I was trying to help her with that. And then I was supposed to go for my hair appointment today. My stylist is out sick, so I have to go with another stylist, and we had to reschedule that. I had work things popping up. It was just like yesterday was just every time I tried to recalibrate myself and focus on something, it just fell apart, and I ended up just having like a kind of lazy day, which is fine. I need to have those days sometimes, but I don't do well with those days when I have them. This just keeps falling off. It does not want to be on the page. So anyway, today I feel like much more motivated, much better, in a much better headspace to get stuff done, and so I have been getting stuff done. I edited another video. I made a plan. Okay. This is being discussed on my vlog right now, which will be up eventually. So I'm calling it 2 weeks to get it together. And I started this on Wednesday because in 2 weeks, my mom and I are going on our big road trip. I'm so excited. I'm getting all the details. I think that's what part of why I'm being so paranoid is because cases are starting to go up, and I'm so paranoid that one of us will be exposed. So I'm like testing every day. Like, we're not going out places like we normally would. Like, there's a dance night we would normally go to this weekend. We're not going to it. Trying to be conscientious about stuff. So I'm also trying to I'm looking back at the past 2 trips that I did in July, and I'm looking at what could I have done to stress myself out less about these trips. Okay, so one thing is figuring out logistics ahead of time, which I didn't really do. And when you're in one place for a couple days, it's really not a big deal because you have time. But I feel like one of the biggest things I do is when we're going to see things is I waste time figuring out the logistics while we're there. Whereas I could take time beforehand, and then when we're actually on the trip, that will maximize the time that we have to enjoy. I also really like journaling every morning on a trip, so that way I can remember what we did and remember details and things. And I just didn't have the time. Our Harper's Ferry trip, I did have the time, and I did do that. On my trip with Catherine, when we went to see the ponies, I didn't do that. I didn't take time for myself in the morning. And I don't know. I need to do better with that because that stuff is important to me, and I need the time to like process my brain in the morning. So I came up with this plan called 2 weeks to get it together. I have a lot of stuff written out here. This was just kind of like a brain dump of all the things that I wanted to accomplish in the 2 weeks, and I'm starting to work through it. So actually I can cross off now. Edit and post plan with me 125. That just went up. I was a day behind on that. All photos on computer is a daily thing. So I've been doing half and half. I did my DSLR. I didn't do my phone yet. So, and I'm filming this plan with me. So I'll cross it off now. But anyway, I'm trying to really focus on this stuff. Today I have my hair appointment in about half an hour. And then I am volunteering at Beer Fest tonight. So I don't really drink beer, but it's a good cause. It's for Biddy's Bullies, which is the local, one of the local pit bull rescues here in Pittsburgh. And they're the main recipient of the fundraiser that is Beer Fest. So I always volunteer, and I am the wristband bitch. That's my formal title, and I put wristbands on people. And I just want you to know that I try my best not to get your arm hair in the wristband unless you're an asshole to me, and then all bets are off. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. Am I? Am I kidding? So, okay, so here's the layout for the life of my the layout for my life. Okay, let's put in things here. Wednesday. Oh God, that's crooked. Oh no. I will rue the day. No, there we go. Yay! Okay. It's the little things. Okay, so I had my eye appointment at 11. Oh, that was a whole mess. So, as many of you know, I changed my name. I went back to my real name, aka maiden name. I hate the term maiden name because I am not a maiden. Anyway, I have been in the process of changing everything back. And so when I had an appointment, when you schedule your eye appointment, they automatically reserve your next year's eye appointment. And then you can change it and cancel it. And so I had it scheduled, and then I ended up switching days and picking up a shift. And so I had to reschedule. So I rescheduled from the same link that they sent me. And then somehow, I guess when they went to verify my insurance is my correct last name. And so they updated the system, but instead of it changing my name on my original profile, it added me as a new patient. So that was a lot of fun because they were like, "You've never been here before." And I was like, "I literally have been coming here every year for 10 years. So that happened. So it's a complicated life, the one that I lead. And then Layla had a vet appointment yesterday. No, this is not yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday. And then we had like stress there because we've been weighing her. She had like gained a bunch of weight very suddenly, and they were kind of concerned because she was a chunky monkey. And so we have been watching her weight. So every time I bring her in, I have her step on the scale, and her scale said she had lost 6 pounds, which is like not okay. So I panicked, and they were like, "Sometimes our scale is wrong. Go home and check it on your home scale and tell us what it says." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So I'm like shaking the whole drive home, and I checked it on our home scale and it was fine. And so then they call me back and they're like, "Yeah, sometimes our scale, people bump it all day, or the dog's getting off and on, and some of them are fidgety." Look at this, I'm putting like this cute little, it doesn't fit the whole way across, but it's nice. So they said the dogs will move the scale around, or people will bump it. It's right by the door. So sometimes it gets uncalibrated. And so they think that's what happened. So I was like, "Oh my God, thank goodness," because I just had like this moment of terror that there was something wrong. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's my life. Then I went over to my mom's house and we did some trip planning. So we're getting pretty into things. So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm doing these like really detailed. I'm inspired by my friend Sabina, who is on her annual cross-country trip with her daughter. She's a teacher, and so she has summers off, and she does these like amazing road trips every year with her daughter, and I'm like, oh, it's so wonderful. So she was showing like they have this like binder of all the places they're going and the things they're doing, and I was like, you know what, this is what I need to do, because then this will maximize my trip time, and this will get me like in the zone and focused on the trip and not the logistics and spending 20 minutes in an area where maybe I don't even have good cell phone service trying to Google where's the address that we're going to, what places should we see, So I'm trying to do these like really detailed. So I spent like about 90 minutes today, and I did fleshed out like the first 2.5 days. The first day is like we have to pick up the rental car, but we're still in Pittsburgh and like pack and everything. And then the first day of driving, and then the first day of sightseeing, and into the second day. And it did take me about 90 minutes to go like that in depth. But like I put in like Roadside America stops that we can see, and like spacing out. I put in like the direct mileage so we know how many miles it is, so it's easier to plan for like food, and like, okay, we're going to be in a real town at this time, so this is when we should stop and eat, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm enjoying doing it a lot, and like my passion apparently would be to be a travel agent, but yeah, it's time consuming. It's very time consuming. So we worked on, like, we got our last, all but one of our hotels have been reserved. We have our rental car, and I have to reserve, we're going to do a boat cruise at the One National Park in Michigan. So I have to reserve that. But other than that, everything but the last night of the trip, which is going to be in Ohio, we're just trying to find like a nice lakeside, Lake Erie accommodation. So Layla went swimming for the first time. It was so fun. She was so cute. And she went with her boyfriend, Tater. Tater's her, like, one true love. That's not true. She has a bunch of true loves. We went over to Tater's house, and we went swimming, and it was just so fun. And I thought she was going to be, like, terribly panicked, and she was a little bit like, ah! But she did really, really well, and I'm super proud of her. I better wrap this up because I gotta... There we go. And then that night for dinner, we had HelloFresh. What did we have? We had chicken schnitzel. And then I was super tired. Swimming takes a lot out of you. So we watched this week, Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey, which is like a 4-part docu-series about FLDS, the like very extreme polygamist branch of Mormonism. And it was very interesting, but my God, was it hard to watch, especially the final episode. So who they call their prophet is now in jail serving a life sentence for a whole bunch of horrible shit involving little kids. But it was really, really hard to watch. It was very, very interesting, and a couple of my friends had watched it and told me about it, and so we watched it. But like last night we watched the final episode, and I was like, we need to just cleanse our brains and watch something else. And so we ended up starting What We Do in the Shadows TV show, which we've seen the movie like a number of times and loved it. We started watching the TV show, and it's really, really good. But we were going to finish it this night and on Wednesday, the Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey. And then I was so tired after we got home from swimming, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't. So we just went to bed. Yeah, so this is, I'm going to fill in. Sometimes, so what I end up doing, as you saw on the previous week here, let me just close up my pens here. What I end up doing with my days is when I hate that I waited until Friday to do this, but it's just, I didn't really have another time that I could sit down and dedicate to, first of all, printing out the kit, finding the kit, printing out the kit. I swear, like, I will have in my mind, I want to do this theme. Like, it's been a rainy week, and I was like, oh, rainy day. There will be lots of kits about that. But, like, none of them were, like, what I wanted, and it just, the vibe was off. And so finding the kit, printing the kit, and then actually going in and doing it are, like, 3 separate things that take a long time. So, but what I go back and I do as I go through it each day, once the kit is already on here and I've filmed the video and everything, and I add in, like, little things, and sometimes it's, like, you know, like, okay, I had a lot of anxiety Sunday morning before work, like I couldn't focus on things, so I put that in there. Or, you know, just, I think I have moved to no white space planning, and it's not planning so much as I do this little bit of memory keeping in here to go back and see, like, husband weeded the front yard hill. So if ever I'm like, remember when did you do that? How long ago was that? It's growing in or whatever. I can see this on here. Like, I like to put in what we ate every day. But sometimes it's like just little things. Like, let's go back to the week before. This is the manatee. No, this is, the pony week. So like this one, obviously we were on vacation for these 2 days. So like I filled in all the things that we did after the fact. But like this day, where did my whole day go? When I look back at it, like, wow, I was off that day. What did I get done? Well, I was really sleepy and anxious, so I really didn't do a whole lot that day. I went to bed early. Like, I fill in those little things. So I have things to fill in for Monday and Tuesday, but like right in the moment while I'm thinking about it, I have to like maybe look at my phone and see what I did and like go through my text messages since I'm doing it after the fact. So I will go through and fill those out. But at least Wednesday was still fresh in my mind and I remembered that. And I really need to stop filming now so that I can get ready for my hair appointment. But this is the kit for the week. Thank you all so much. I'm getting caught up and I'm feeling good about my progress. Like I'm really finally making progress on getting caught up. So these will be back to real time by the end of August at the very latest. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are new here. And as always, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you in my next video.